It is Women's Business Wednesday, and who better to join me this morning than Rory Gale, the co-owner of Hartford Prints in our capital city. Rory, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so happy you could make it. A busy day for you.
Yes. We do have the Lieutenant Governor popping by our store shortly.
Yes, so we're going to finish this up, and you're going to run out there to meet the Lieutenant Governor, which is great. Wanted to have you in because love your business. It really features everything, not just Hartford, but Connecticut, right?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Hartford, third generation. So Hartford Prints is all about promoting Hartford and Connecticut and having a way for people to show pride for their home state. From here, but I went to school in Philadelphia and lived in New York for a long time.
So you popped around, but you came home.
Yes, and when I was away, I noticed that everyone had the best like t-shirts and tote bags and bumper stickers
of their home state.
Yeah, and in Connecticut, you know, we have the Whalers and Yukon, but there wasn't that like brand that really represents.
I'm from Connecticut, and I'm proud.
Yeah, so our first, one of our first logos, it actually says small state, big heart, and then it has the shape of Connecticut with the heart over Hartford, and that's like what took off from there.
Now it started as you were just sort of doing shirts and things like that. How did it balloon into the point where you're like, I'm going to open my business, I'm going to actually have a brick and mortar store? And how was that as a female entrepreneur?
You know, it's exciting and it's also challenging. You definitely need to like get all your resources in place because there's so many roadblocks, but really it was the city of Hartford that supported us. So we opened our storefront, which is on Pratt Street in downtown Hartford in 2013. So this year in October, we're going to turn 10 years old.
Wow.
And the city was offering this pilot program. So there's a lot of vacancy in downtown. You know, we know the story of what happened to our downtown and when retail got pulled out, you know, in the 80s and 90s, there's just vacancy. And so in 2013, the city of Hartford had a program where artists could apply to have a storefront, a physical brick and mortar. And because our products were selling so well online, it was such a dream to be able to open the store. And it was, you got the store for free, 6 months, give it a shot, and now 10 years later, here we are.
You are. Yeah. Talk about a woman's perspective, because a lot of times I think we're very resourceful, and when we are up against obstacles, find a way to get around it, to get over it no matter what. Can you share some experiences with us?
Yeah, it's just like being fearless, being ready to just not to take no for an answer. You know, COVID really tested the business.
Right.
And so to be able to come out on the other side of the pandemic better than we were, you know, in 2019 is so exciting. Last year we opened a kiosk at Bradley Airport, so now we're really able to connect with people when they're traveling.
Right after they get off the plane or before they're about to take off and leave.
So it's exciting, but business is hard, and being a woman-owned business is equally, you know, challenging. And I'm lucky to, you know, come from a family of entrepreneurs. But if you don't have that like resilience, you know, you're gonna face those roadblocks along the way.
And you have a daughter. I have to imagine all that you've been through has been an incredible learning experience, an example for her.
Oh yeah, she loves coming to the store. On St. Patrick's Day parade on Saturday, she was ringing people out. So I love that multi-generational experience, having a business and then teaching her, you know, that I can do it, and so she can she.
Right. Before we leave, one final note: if you'd like to speak to any future entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs out there, maybe they want to own a business, women-owned business someday, what would you say to them?
So I would really say, well, you can always look me up and ask me any questions.
So you're open to getting personal advice.
Yeah, Hartford Prints, you know, I think that's where you're really gonna get the tools that you need to
find
be
a mentor.
Successful. Find a mentor. Make sure that you're not afraid to ask for help, because that is how you can build, is bringing those resources around you to like lift you up.
Right, it's all a learning experience.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and like how exciting it is for your community to support you. So that's why we've been successful, is because of everybody out there who shows up every day, whether they're shopping online or interacting with us on social media. You know, that's what gives us life.
Absolutely. Rory, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Loved chatting with you.
Yes.
Appreciate that, and enjoy your time with the Lieutenant Governor later.
Thank you.